guys, how's it going? It's Destiny here. So I was just coming on here to show you guys how I got this look right here. This is a very, I feel like, great Valentine's Day look. This is what I came up with. As always guys, before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so let's just get started. So today we're going to be doing a Valentine's Day look. So first off, I'm just going to start out as I always do with my eyebrows. Today I'll be using the IT Cosmetics brow powder. It's like a definer similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. I've used this a couple times now. I got it in my December BoxyCharm box, and I've actually been really liking it, so I'm just gonna get those done real quick and then I will be right back. Alright, so now that I got my brows done and they're all concealed and ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and start on my eyes. So today what I'm going to be taking is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I absolutely love this palette. I've had it for, I don't know, probably, I've had it for quite a while now. This palette has been out for probably about almost 2 years now, but it's just such like a great Valentine's Day palette. The first shade I'm going to be dipping into is Tempera, and I'm just going to use that to set my eyelid. So I'm going to take a fairly large brush, just dip it in there, and then just pack it on the base of my eyelids. So to make sure that it really sets down my concealer that I used and prevents any creasing. I'm just going to be taking a fluffy brush, and I'm going to be taking one Fresco, and it's this purpley shade right in the middle on the top. I'm going to be taking that and I'm going to be popping it right into my crease. I'm just going to start off with small circular motions on the outside of my eye. And then start blending it forward into my crease. And just using windshield wiper motions to get it all over there. And then what I do sometimes is just open my eye and start blending like this, so that way I can see how high up I want it, because I have pretty hooded eyelids. So when I open my eyes like this, it'll help me determine how high I want to bring up my shadow. But also make sure that we're not like raising our eyebrows like this, because once you let it down, you're gonna kind of erase all that work you did getting it so high. So just relax your eyebrows and then start blending however high you want to be able to see that transition shade. Alright, so now that I got the transition shade in my on my eye, I'm going to be taking a mixture of red ochre and Venetian red, and I'm just going to dip my brush in here. This is going to be a little bit different of a brush. It's still a fluffy brush, just a little bit shorter bristles, and this will allow me to get right into the crease. I'm going to focus this on the lower half of my eyelid. Just pack it onto the outer corners at first, and then I will start doing slow windshield wiper motions. I'm going to bring it all the way into my eye, into the corner of my eye. Just going back and forth. What I'm going to do is take that first blending brush and blend out any of the harsh edges. Alright, so now that I got the reddish shade on my lid, we're going to go in with a shimmer shade now. And for shimmer shade, I'm just going to place it mostly on the center of my eyelid, and we're going to take Vermeer, this shimmer shade right here. I'm going to dip into that just with a flat shader brush. And just pack that on to the center of my lid. This will lighten the look back up so it's not so dark. Okay, and then to blend out those edges, we're going to take that second brush that we used on the lid, and we're just going to blend out all the edges. Okay, and instead of going in with eyeliner, I'm just going to go in with Cypress Umber, this dark brown, on a flat angled brush, and just line the top of my lid with this. Okay, so now that we got the lid done, we're looking a little bit funky, but I think when the lashes get on, it'll look a lot better. So we're gonna put our lashes on now, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the face. Alright guys, so now that we got the lashes on, the look is kind of coming together. So the lashes I used were Lily lashes. These are in the style Miami. These are the first pair of Lily lashes that I've actually ever put on, and oh my goodness, they're a little more dramatic than I was even expecting. Like, I knew they were dramatic, but I didn't know they were like this dramatic. So it definitely brings the eye look together and everything. So we're just gonna go ahead and start on the face. I'm going to go ahead and prime my face with my Makeup Forever Step 1 Nourishing Primer. I'm running out. No, this is like such a good primer for me. It's so moisturizing, and it just like keeps my foundation from clumping up and things like that, so, or clinging to my dry spots. So I just basically put it on the center of my face, and mostly where I want to focus it. So today for foundation, we're using the Dior Skin Dior Forever foundation. I will be honest, I did my makeup earlier today, and then I took it off to film this video, and I used this for the very first time, and oh my goodness, the color, it definitely does oxidize a little bit, I will say that, but the way it makes your skin look is amazing. Like, I don't think I've ever had a foundation just make it look like as good as it does. It's super smooth. However, like I said, it does oxidize, so I might have gotten like maybe one shade lighter than this. However, I do have like other powders and stuff, face powders, that I can kind of make it work for my skin tone. I just took about one pump on there, and I'm gonna do one half of my face first. And I'm just going to start stamping that in. That's another thing I was going to say. This is scented. Like, it's like rose scented or something. So it does kind of have a very strong floral scent to it. I definitely don't mind it. Honestly, it kind of smells like something my mom used to wear, like a perfume my mom used to wear, like a body spray or something. Kind of reminds me of that. So I don't mind it, but if you are not a fan of floral scents or just a fan of scented foundation, then I wouldn't recommend this for you. So now that I got my foundation on, I'm going to go ahead and put on my concealer. Today for concealer, I'm just going to use the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair under my eyes. I'm going to start blending it out with the Morphe E8 brush. I'm going to start pouncing that in. I can hear my husband stacking on the chips out there. So now what I'm going to do is take some Cover FX loose setting powder, and I'm going to set my under eyes in the places that I also concealed. Alright, so now that I got that on, I'm just going to set the rest of my face using my Cover FX Pressed Mineral Powder. This is in the shade number 10. And I just take my Morphe Y7 brush, swirl it around in there, and then just start patting on the places. I don't like smear it because I don't want to smear the foundation that's under it, so I just pat on to the places that I did not set. The more and more this look is coming along, the more and more I'm kind of really loving the eye look. I know at first, like, the colors are like purple and like a reddish tone. It makes you look like you have a black eye or something, but I knew once I got the lashes on and I started doing the rest of my face, it was all gonna kind of come together. So if that it does happen to you and you are either following this tutorial or a different tutorial and you're like, oh my gosh, I have like black eyes right now, just clean up underneath, wipe away the fallout on it, and then just keep going with it, and usually it'll come together after you get the mascara and the rest of your foundation on. So don't give up. So now I'm going to go in with the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula, and I've been using this. I got this, actually it was buy one get one half off on Ulta a couple weeks ago, and so that's when I got these. This is the first time I had tried them, is when I got them, and I actually really love them. This is going to be, I'm going to be bronzing with a Morphe R2. I'm just going to be focusing it underneath on my cheekbones. I'm going to be kind of doing like a C motion, like up and then down. Alright, so now that I got my face nice and bronzed, I'm going to go in with a blush. Wow! I'm going to go in with a blush. This blush is Essence Satin Touch Blush. This blush originally was literally only like $2.99 I think, and on Ulta these were also buy one get one half off, so I got this one and then another shade a little bit darker than this. This shade though is satin, but it's really nice, just gives you like a little bit of color to your cheeks. So I just kind of pat it on there. Now for my favorite part, we are going in with highlight. So for one of the final steps, we're gonna go in with Anastasia the Glow Kit in Sugar with these 4 shades. Now these 2 shades, Gumdrop and Butterscotch, they're more of a glittery shade. They have like little glitter specks in it, so I don't tend to reach for those as often. However, I have used them. But for this look, I'm going to be using Marshmallow and Starburst mixed together. I'm just going to be grabbing my highlighting brush, the Morphe M510, and I'm just going to dip into each of those a little bit and then just start blending it on my cheeks. Alright, so now that we got our highlighter on, we're going to go ahead and finish up my under eye area. So what we're going to do is take a smaller fluffy brush, looking like so, and this is just the Morphe E17, and what we're going to do is take that first shade we did, the purple one, Fresco, and start blending that on the lower lash line. And then what I'm going to do is actually just take Cypress Umber on a smaller pencil brush. Just take it on the very tip and blend that on my lower lash line. I don't really want to take these 2 red tones because, as I said earlier, it kind of looked like I had a bruised eye like before we did the lashes and stuff. So I feel like if I put it under there, it may just kind of like look like that again. Except for there's no fixing that. So we're just going to blend out the darker Cypress under on our under eye. Smoke it out. So now that we got the lower lash line nice and smoked out, we're going to go ahead and finish it up with a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes. Alright, and so for lips, I think I'm going to go with a nude lip. However, I feel like you could get away with a red lip with this, so maybe I'll show you guys both. Maybe I'll do a red or a nude first, and then I'll show you guys also red, and then you guys can decide which ones you like. Alright, so for the lips, I'm going to go in first with the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte. This is in the shade Bombshell. Alright, so this is what it looks like with the nude shade with the Bombshell of the Huda Beauty Liquid Lip. Actually, personally, I really like this. This is probably what I would have chosen for the lip, is just the nude, but just in case you guys want to see red, I will show you with what the red is. Alright guys, and so here it is with the red. So actually, now that I have the red on, I may like the red a little bit better, to be honest. But I think both are a really great choice. But now that I have it on, I kind of do prefer the red, so I stand corrected.